you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlyn, and today I am going to be telling y'all my high school stats. I'm going to be telling y'all my test scores, my GPA, my extracurricular activities, classes, all that sorts of stuff. So let's get right into the video. So I'm going to start off by doing a little background about me. So in 9th and 10th grade, I went to a pre-collegiate academy, and then in 11th and 12th grade, I went to a collegiate high school that was on a college campus, and I was also considered a high school student and a college student in 11th and 12th grade. So with that being said, I have a college GPA and a high school GPA. So my college GPA was a 3.66, and then my unweighted high school GPA was a 3.589, and then my weighted was a 4.268. So those are my GPAs. I have a college GPA because I took college classes, so I have high school and college stats. Now, for 9th and 10th grade, all of my classes were honors, so I have my computer right here to tell y'all what exactly my classes were. So I'm going to start off by explaining how in middle school I started taking my high school classes. So in middle school, in about 7th grade, is when I started my math. I took Algebra 1 honors in 7th grade, and then in 8th grade I started my foreign language. I took Spanish 1 honors as well as geometry honors. And then going into actual high school. So for 9th grade, I continued my language and did Spanish 2, and then I also went into Algebra 2. All these classes are honors. I did English 1, biology, and world history, as well as PE. So all of those were honors in 9th grade. Now for 10th grade, I had 2 electives, and then I had a study hall. So I took fitness and business technology as an elective and accounting as an elective. Both were honors. And then I had chemistry 1 honors, English 2 honors, US history honors, and stats honors. And then in the technology class, we were also able to get certified in a Microsoft Suite. So that is something that can go on resumes, and it also counted for college credits when I went into my junior year. Now, going into 11th grade, that summer, I was able to take a college class on the campus that I would be attending. It was a college success class, which basically got me ready and prepared for the following semester. Being in those college classes, I was able to get familiar with the campus. So I went into my fall semester with a 4.0 college GPA. So in the fall, I took freshman English 1, and these are all college level classes. Freshman English 1, intermediate algebra, ethics, and general leadership. And then going into the spring, I had freshman English 2, intro to earth science, personal wellness, and college algebra. So those were in the spring of my junior year. Going into my senior year that summer, I was able to take 5 college classes. So I took intro to humanities, intro to literature, astronomy, American government, and theater appreciation. Now, the fall of my senior year, I took stats again, but it was college level. I took US history, music appreciation, and first year Spanish. And then I am currently taking Spanish 2, microeconomics, environmental science, and art appreciation. So those are just an idea of the classes I'm taking college level. So basically I will be graduating college with my associate's degree, and then I will be graduating high school with my high school diploma. So I will be graduating twice this year. So that's just an idea of the classes and my stats. So next I'm going to be talking about test scores. So I'm not a good test taker personally. I don't do well on any tests, standardized, just a test for a class, anything. I don't do good on tests. So I was kind of worried about the SAT and ACT with colleges looking at that. I took the SAT twice. The first time I got a 960, and the second time I got a 1060. So wasn't that good. It's not a really high score. For the ACT, I liked it more because it involved science, so I took that 4 times. I got a 20, a 19, a 20, and a 22. So my highest ACT score is a 22, and I put that on college applications. I wasn't too proud of that because it's not high. However, I couldn't really test higher, so that was one thing that was kind of following me back and why I got rejected from some schools. But next I'm going to talk about my extracurricular activities. So in all of high school, 9th through 12th grade, I was in SGA and I served as an officer for 4 years. 9th, 10th, and 12th grade, I was the class historian. And then for my 11th grade year, I was the class secretary. And all of high school, 9th and 12th grade, I was also involved in the yearbook. Now, 9th and 10th grade, I earned community service hours, but most of it was like at home and with outside organizations away from school, such as like Donate Life. And then 11th and 12th grade, I got really involved with my school. I was in the Interact Club, which is a volunteer-based club, and then I was in the 3 honor societies, Rho Kappa, which is a history honor society, Science National Honor Society, and then the National Honor Society, NHS. So I was in those 3 honor societies, a volunteer club, and then I was still involved with SGA and yearbook. Since I was out of college, 11th and 12th grade, I also got involved in college clubs, one of them being the STEM club. However, that club I wasn't really too involved in because I only went to a few meetings. However, I was really involved in Phi Theta Kappa, which is an international honor society. A few months after being inducted, I was able to become an officer, so I served as the vice president of service for that club, and I was able to serve that for a year and gain volunteer hours through that. So I currently have 656 community service hours for high school. With that being said, I did not play any sports. I was really the one who volunteered a lot. So that is all of my extracurricular activities. Now I'm going to be telling y'all with these stats what schools rejected me and which schools accepted me. So I applied to 15 schools just because I didn't know if I'd get into any because my test scores were so low. And so I applied to 15 schools. I personally don't recommend applying to that many. Maybe apply to like 10, but not 15. However, I'm going to be telling you the 8 schools that accepted me, and those are UCF, the University of Tennessee, the University of Alabama, the University of Alabama in Huntsville, Florida Atlantic, Florida Institute of Technology, Mississippi State University, and Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. Now, these 7 schools that rejected me, these are more competitive schools, obviously. That is Florida Poly, UF, FSU, the University of South Carolina, Auburn, Georgia Tech, and Ohio State. So now that you know all of my stats and what schools I got into and not into with these stats, hopefully that can help y'all out. These are the stats that got me into UCF, and I personally was pretty surprised that I got into UCF, so I hope this helps all of you out. One thing that I do want to add is the school I went to was very competitive. So my class rank was ranked 60 out of 158. So that is my class rank. We're all pretty competitive though, being in a dual enrollment collegiate high school. So without further ado, I think that is it. If you have any questions for me, leave them down below. I will be sure to answer. But yeah, I think this is all for the video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.